Rajska Dolina, Paradise Valley, is situated just below the hill of Lipnik, in the vicinity of the village of Lipnik, 25 kilometers from the Croatian town of Karlovac and 14 kilometers from the exit Novigrad na Dobri on the Zagreb-Rijeka motorway. It is also near the border with Slovenia, 40 kilometers from the Slovenian town of Novo Mesto and 12 kilometers from Metlika. The area of Rajska Dolina is also traversed by the state road D6, Karlovac, Netretić, Griče, Lipnik, Ribnik, Jurovski Brod, Metlika, Novo Mesto. Thanks to its position, Rajska Dolina can be reached easily and quickly from all directions, from Croatia, Karlovac, Zagreb, Split or Rijeka, as well as from Slovenia, Ljubljana, Novo Mesto, Metlika. Rajska Dolina has great cultural and historical value, not just locally for the Karlovac region, but also for all Croatia and the neighboring countries. The history of the area can be traced back to Roman times, when Rajska Dolina was the center of a region that the local people call Brajci. The oldest lords of Rajska Dolina were the nobles of Gorica, later known by the name of Babonić. In the 15th century, Rajska Dolina became a domain of the Frankopan family, the most powerful Croatian nobles of the time. The new owners built the old castle of Ribnik, which still stands in the village of Ribnik, in the immediate vicinity of Lipnik. The Ribnik castle is a water castle, a castle that was protected by a water-filled moat. It is a picturesque island fortress, one of the few of its kind in Croatia and southeastern Europe, which makes it all more valuable. A restoration of Ribnik castle is planned for the near future. In 1334, the parish of St. Ilija, Sveti Ilija, was established as is recorded in the first census of parishes in the Gorica region. Today, the Lipnik parish church belongs to the Lipnik deanery. The parish church of St. Ilija the Prophet has been mentioned in written documents for the first time in 1668. During the restoration of 1868, a massive Baroque belfry was added. The church is famous for its organ, built in 1785, the only remaining instrument made by the Ljubljana organ maker Josip Alojz Kučera. In the village of Lipnik, beneath the parish church of St. Ilija, there is a small hamlet of Zvonarsko selo, the sacristan village, with the 200-year-old house of the sacristan Jacmenović with original furniture. Near the church is the old elementary school, built in the middle of the 19th century. In 1856, an official state schooling system began in Lipnik. The school building was in use until 1967. Among Croatian historical figures from Rajska Dolina, the best known is Juraj Križanić, a theologian, politologist, philosopher, composer, and world traveler, born in 1618 in the village of Obrh, near Ribnik. He served as a parish priest in Varaždin from 1645 till 1646, during the time when the Croatian parliament was in session in the northern Croatian town. Juraj Križanić is known for his ideas promoting the union between the Catholic and Orthodox churches. Another famous son of Rajska Dolina was Ilija Gregorić, born in 1520 in Ribnik, remembered in history as a commander-in-chief of the peasant army during the Croatian-Slovenian peasant revolt of 1573. In the valley between Lipnik and the village of Ravnica, there is a spring called Rilac, whose clear, cool water from the bosom of Lipnik fills a beautiful little lake. The Rilac spring is the second most powerful source of drinking water in the municipality. In the late 19th century, there was a working water mill on the brook that flowed from the spring. The waters of Rilac have a beautiful blue-green color that is home to different kinds of fish, carp, silver carp and pigo among others, which makes the Rilac lake a very attractive spot for fishermen who visit it regularly. The Rilac spring and other parts of Rajska Dolina are areas of pure, untouched nature, with beautiful forests, meadows, rivers and brooks, but also hardworking and good people, living a peaceful and idyllic rural life. The economy of Rajska Dolina has traditionally been based on cattle husbandry. agriculture and forestry that are still important sources of income for the local population. The improvement of agricultural production through the introduction of modern farming technologies, especially in cattle husbandry, could bring new vigor into this fertile agricultural area. The inhabitants of Rajska Dolina are mostly employed in small businesses in the areas of transportation, car repairs and maintenance, construction, floristry, catering and trade. Because of its position, Rajska Dolina has the potential of becoming an important social, cultural and economic center within its local region. Rajska Dolina is situated in the northwestern part of the Karlovac region, on the border with Slovenia. The area is mostly rural. The greater area of Rajska Dolina is a woody network of brooks that collect water from 20 larger and smaller springs. Because of its clean environment, the area is also home of many bird species like the crow, jay, cuckoo, blackbird, wren, nightingale, great tit, blue tit and sparrow, as well as night birds such as the little owl and the eagle owl, or mammals such as the common bat. The climate is temperate continental, but the geographic position, relief and elevation also have an additional effect on the precipitation and the temperature distribution. From the northern to the southwestern part of the region, the precipitation increases, whereas the temperature decreases. Under the wings of St. Elija and Lipnik, above the clear Rilac brook, in the peaceful and beautiful Rajska Dolina, an eco-village, the tourist village of Rajska Dolina, is going to be built as a repose for the eyes and the soul. The tourist village Rajska Dolina will be erected as part of a registered tourist zone spanning an area of 7 hectares, beginning at the Rilac Lake and Rilac Spring and continuing in southwesterly direction. Even though local water supplies are available, Rajska Dolina sources its water from a pristine, natural well, making it unique. The well has a depth of 107 meters and the capacity of 10 liters per second. For guests, this adds to the feeling of untouched nature and tranquility in an idyllic rural setting. The accommodation in Rajska Dolina will be a mountainous eco-village in the 4-star category, with 120 to 150 double bedrooms that will greatly improve the tourist capacity of the municipality. Most accommodation will be categorized through family farms, with the goal of attracting a large number of intercontinental, European, regional and national tourists and prolonging their stay in the municipality. One of the goals will also be to attract tourists traveling to the Adriatic coast to stay for a day or two in this destination. The vision of the destination is to offer an exquisite place for rest, recreation and stay in the riches of forests and waters, easily accessible by car, but far from everyday city bustle, among tranquil greenery, fulfilling the expectations of young and old alike during all seasons of the year. On offer will be a blend of traditional and modern, catering to business and private guests. With a swimming pool and miniature water park, wellness, spa and fitness programs, an orchard and vegetable gardens, the organization of wedding receptions and festivities, the destination would offer a wide spectrum of different events that would attract guests and make them want to return. Experiencing the traditional, wearing traditional national costumes, learning traditional folk dances and songs. Wellness, education about medicinal herbs, collection of herbs in the Ribnik area, mushroom picking with a professional guide, wedding receptions, christening celebrations, learning of old crafts in educational programs for children and grown-ups, seminars on traditional cooking and making of winter provisions according to traditional local recipes, meditation and relaxation, making of small tools, fishing and hunting, a souvenir shop, health tourism, rehabilitation after surgery and injuries, bike rental, walking, adrenaline tourism, hunting, paintball, hiking, an adrenaline park, descent on a wire through the forest, etc. Herbarium with fountains. A herbarium with fresh herbs available for picking that a specialist would prepare for use in wellness treatment. Miniature observatory with a telescope. Evening dinners with barbecue, wine and music by famous composers. Mini zoo for kids. Organic trout farming and preparation of healthy food. The sale of products made from medicinal herbs, tea blends and herbal drops. Growing of organic blueberries. The making of individual souvenirs with the seal of the eco-village, made from materials from the surrounding meadows and forests, dry leaves, cones, acorns and other materials, bought in the souvenir shop. A small daily farmers' market, where guests could buy locally produced fruit, vegetables, wine, cheese and other delicacies that they could taste during the day in their own rooms or whilst on trips. In these modern times of stressful living, constant rush and a lack of time for oneself and for quality activities, rural tourism represents a great opportunity to escape everyday life and spend a pleasant vacation that inspires nostalgia for the times of our forefathers. Welcome to Rajska Dolina.